Hello, people. This is your host and host Kranti once again back with another new What If, and this is What If our boy aka Mizuku Midoriya, the one and only Deku, became the Moon Knight, Part 1. So basically, if you don't know about Moon Knight is a very dope character from the Marvel Universe. Like, he has some pretty dang amazing power. Yep. The story about Moon Knight is, he's essentially Marvel's Batman. Okay, yeah, he's Marvel's Batman, and everybody loves Batman. He's like the white Batman because his costume is white. Okay, yeah, but there's gonna be a new upcoming TV series about the Moon Knight in Disney Plus, like the from the Marvel studio. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. They have like Oscar Isaac in there, so I'm gonna make the What If because of that, cause clickbait. No, not clickbait. Any views? I'm not earning enough from the YouTube. That means you guys need to subscribe and share. You guys really need to share. Okay, basically the Moon Knight, it's a very convoluted character. I mean, he has like the Moon Knight character has like multiple personality disorder. It's like the writers made this character to like to make people and to make readers understand about mental illness. Yeah, so that's why I love the concept of Moon Knight. It's a cool character. So our story begins right after when Izuku Midoriya was born. In this timeline, Izuku Midoriya's father, he's gonna be Egyptologist, like what's it called? Like what is Indiana Jones do? Yeah, he's gonna be an Egyptologist. I don't remember the profession. Like yes, he's gonna be an archaeologist. He's gonna be archaeologist who's like expert in Egyptology. Okay, so they're gonna go to Egypt, like Izuku Midoriya, and like Midoriya was born in Egypt. Okay, Midoriya was born in Egypt, as his father, like Hisashi Midoriya and Inko, they're like living in Egypt. He's working in the pyramid side, and like he discovers like a temple, the temple of a hidden tomb, or temple of like the Egyptian god Khonshu, the Egyptian moon god Khonshu, and like he takes Inko in there, and they have he takes Inko and Midoriya in there because Inko just wants to stay in there, and there's happens to be a severe accident in the graveside in the temple. It's an underground temple site. Because of that, Hisashi Midoriya dies. Yeah, he straight up dies. Yeah, and Midoriya, like and before he dies, and he sees that his spirit sees that Midoriya is also gonna die very soon, and Inko also like is severely injured. So the god of moon, the Egyptian god of moon, Khonshu, calls to Hisashi that, do you want to live? Hisashi says, no, I want my children and my wife to live. My life, I want to live too, but their life matters more to me than my own life. So Khonshu says, admirable quality. Okay, I'm gonna make sure they live. So Khonshu gives Izuku Midoriya, like Khonshu, in return of that, Khonshu says, your son will be the living avatar of the Egyptian god Khonshu, the moon god Khonshu. Beware of that, Hisashi Midoriya. It's gonna require great sacrifice and great perseverance. And Hisashi Midoriya comes back to life, and he is all healed. He picks up Inko and Izuku Midoriya, and by this time Izuku Midoriya is just a baby. He's barely like 1 or 2 months old. Yeah, he's barely 1 or 2 months old, not even older than that. He picks him up, he saves them up, and right after he saves them up, 2 days later, he dies. Hisashi dies, and Hisashi's like, Kanshu, bro, what the fuck? No, Hisashi dies because it was the bargain. Like, until they're safe and sound and well healed, he's gonna stay alive. After that, he's gonna die. That was the bargain that Kanshu made with him. And after that, Kanshu starts like Kanshu, the god of the god of moon from Egyptian mythology, according to the Marvel comics. He starts living in Izuku Midoriya's body, but Midoriya and his soul fuse together, creating like two personality. There is Izuku Midoriya, that is Kanshu. Yeah, I'm going with this route because, come on, if you read the comics about Moon Knight, he has multiple personality, not just 1 or 2, not just like 2 or 3. He's like 5 or 6. I mean, like, he's like ADHD associated ADHD on steroids. Yeah, it's like identity disorder on steroids if you read the comics. Okay, so Izuku Midoriya is starting to develop like several personalities when he was like 4 or 5 years old, and that incident with Bakugo happens. Midoriya like lends him a hand. Bakugo-chan, take my hand, and Deku is like, and Baku is like, no, I'm not gonna take his hand. And yeah, he's also deemed quirkless, but he has enhanced strength. Not now, but he will when he comes of age, like 15. He will have enhanced strength and like superhuman like reaction and everything. And he has like some kind of like he has pretty much like tolerance to mental telepathic like he's pretty much like telepathy or any kind of like mental domination. It's not gonna affect him at all. And he has resistance to fire, like water, air. I mean, he is gonna survive no matter what. That doesn't mean he's gonna heal. He's gonna have like superhuman regeneration or something like that. He's pretty much like, he's like really buffed up, like super soldier level buffed up, and he has like super duper like martial arts. He knows like really good martial art, and he's really good with like gadgets. Yeah, if you read the Moon Knight comics, he's essentially Batman with multiple identity disorder mixed in with like a Egyptian god. Yeah, it's ambiguous. He has Egyptian god's power or not, but it's still pretty cool. So that incident with Deku at Bakugo happens. Bakugo is like, I'm not taking help from you. You worthless Deku. You get away. And Bakugo pushes him away. And after he pushes Deku away, Deku started crying. Bakugo-chan, why did you hurt me? As he's crying, and slowly, like, Deku starts laughing. You don't want any help from me? Okay, how about I give you some water? And he picks up, like, grabs a hold of Bakugo, and he's like trying to drown Bakugo. Bakugo and every other boy is like terrified, and Bakugo is almost passed out, and Deku comes back, like the personality of Deku comes back, and he's like, oh, Kachan, why are you lying down? Oh, and he saves him, and he's still crying, and he's like, oh, Kachan, you're hurt. And Bakugo is like afraid of him. He's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? You try to save me, then you try to beat me, then you save me again. What the fuck is wrong with you? So like Izuku like flips from 100 to 100. Like he's flipping from being like, he's like a tsundere and yandere at the same time. Yeah, which is odd, I know. Like Deku is flipping a lot, After that, he's also doing like weird crap. Like he sometimes randomly cries in a matter of joy, then he laughs again, then he acts angry. It's like several. Like by this time, when he's like 14, that's like 4 personality. Number 1 personality is Izuku Midoriya. Then there is Kanshu, the person who will like do whatever it takes in order to get the justice done. And there is also, I'm gonna put in some other character who's gonna be Deku, like Deku's personality in his brain. And there is also a personality called All Might, his brain, who's like righteous, who's like All Might. So yeah, he's gonna be Mini Might. Yeah, we're gonna prove Mini Might is like righteous, like ha ha ha, I am here, have no fear, I will make sure everything is in order. It's like Deku, who's like calm, calculative, kind of a crybaby, or like regular Deku. This Kanshu, who's gonna go at any length to achieve what he sought out to achieve. Like he will kill people if it means saving a bunch of other people. If it means, like, he has no boundaries, Kanshu's. He's gonna get the job done no matter what. Basically that's. And there is Minimite, who is righteous like All Might, sacrifice himself but not others, even if it's a villain. And there is an evil personality too. I don't okay, I'm gonna name that personality Kazuma. Yep, Kazuma. Kazuma is straight up sadistic in nature. He enjoys other people's suffering. Like whoever wrongs Deku, Kazuma enjoys to like make them suffer. That's his thing. Okay, there's 4 personality. So people think Deku is weird, and Deku constantly goes to like psychiatrists, and the psychiatrists are advised like him, or advised like Inko, that Deku shouldn't be a hero or anything. He has like problem, so he's not gonna do that. But their teacher says, oh, I know what you guys want to become. You guys want to become heroes. And he throws the paper away, and Deku is like, oh, I can see Izuku Midoriya and Bakugo. You guys applied for UA. That's wonderful. 2 of us is gonna go. And Deku and Bakugo is like, I'm definitely going. I don't know about this freak. After school, Bakugo and his goons comes to Izuku, and he's like, oi, oh, Midoriya, are you sure an evil guy like you want to become a hero? You're crip. Let me see what you have in your notebook. And he starts reading the notebook, and he burns it. As he's burning it, the spirit of Kazuma comes and is like, yari Bakugo. Like as he was burning the notebook, what like Kazuma did, he literally yanks out, like he shows him the middle finger, but in such a weird way that is bizarre. Literally picks up the middle finger and like shoves it up at Bakugo's big mouth, and he grab a hold of Bakugo's like cheek through inside of his mouth, and he like throws Bakugo to the floor and starts stomping on Bakugo's head like this, like, so you wanna burn Deku's notebook, yeah? And the weirdest thing is, apart from Midoriya, nobody knows that he has personalities, and they like address each other as third person, like as individual name. Like Kazuma is like, you wanna burn Deku's notebook, yeah? Well, let's get some dirt on your face. And he starts kicking, and like Bakugo just like creates like a humongous like blast, and Bakugo is like, get away from me, you freak! Who addresses themselves as a third person? You're weird. Bakugo is like licking his wounds, and he's just going down, and he's just going away. Deku is like, Yuri. Kazuma. It's like, Yuri. As long as Deku is safe. As long as Midori is safe, I'm good. I'm not gonna name him Kazuma. I'm gonna name him Bully McGuire. Yeah, cause he's the bully. Yeah, I'm gonna call him the bully. Yeah, okay. Yep, the bully, the god, the bully, the small might, the mini might, the all might. Yes, that's and Midoriya. After that whole incident, like Deku is like confused. Like he blacks out. Okay, he has a thing. Like he just blacks out randomly, and like the doctor and the psychologist and his parents and everyone in his family member, they say like, hey, you just blank out, you have low blood sugar, something like that. They make like a bullcrap story, but he blanks out. They don't want to hurt him. That's it. So he blanks out, and he's like, again, and he's like, burn book, Kachan, you did it again. And he's going underneath the bridge, and the whole incident with the slime villain happens, and slime villain's like, oh kid, give me your body now, I wanna possess you. And Deku's like, no, and like as Deku is suffocating, the god of like the strongest, like the in terms of like physical and like spiritual, yes, since he's the host of Kanshu, he's gonna have some power, obviously. Kanshu manifests like, you worthless villain, and there's like an aura of moon, like it's like a super like illuminating aura, but it's like kind of cooling aura, not like extremely burning the body. Like the aura manifests, and he's like saying the Kanshu personality of Deku is like, it's like shining, and it's like, you worthless scum, why are you hurting this innocent boy? Prepare to face judgment. And he creates like, and he, as he says this, it's like an animated moment where it's like the aura emits and the whole slam is going away. And as he says this, he's like, prepare to face judgment, and he creates like a optical blast, like a kind of like hockey. It's kind of like, he looks at him very tightly, and Sludge Villain just like becomes unconscious. Like, oh fuck, he just like has like a mental like orgasm, not mental orgasm. Like he becomes like, kid, what are you? And the Sludge Villain just falls down, and as he was doing that, he was floating, kinda. Kanshu personality of Deku was floating, and then he goes down, and Deku comes back. Kanshu goes away, and Deku's like, huh? What happened? Oh, there's a villain. Oh, what? Who took care of this? It must be a hero. And right at that moment, All Might comes, and All Might comes to Deku, and his All Might is like, whoa, kid, are you okay? Did he hurt you? Deku's like, All Might, you are here. All Might, that is wonderful. You saved me. Thank you, All Might. Thank you for saving me. All Might, I would have been died. All Might, please, can I have your autograph? And All Might is like, oh, kid, I didn't do anything. I just come and found that you're not covered in slime. The Sludge Villain is like he's not moving or anything. I think he became unconscious. Are you okay, kid? Is everything alright with you? Did he hurt you or anything? Like, no, nobody can hurt me when you're here, All Might. I did not know what happens, All Might. I can see, all I see is him on the street. And All Might is like, okay, kid. And All Might collects him, and before he goes, he's like, kid, check your notebook. And Deku sees his notebook and he sees like All Might's like signature, his autograph, and Deku's like, ah, yes, thank you, All Might. And as he's saying, the same thing happened in the original timeline. Deku grabs a hold of All Might and one of the bottle falls down. And Deku sees Small Might, and Deku is like, okay, whoa, damn, I shouldn't, like, Deku gets like, I don't have any quirk or any power. Do you think I can become a hero? All Might's like, nah, man, you shouldn't be hero. Yeah, man. And Deku tells him about the All for One story and this shows him the scar and everything. After that, in the same origin timeline, what happens? Bakugo gets attacked by the sludge villain. Yeah, this happens too. But this time, instead of Deku being the one who gets and rescues Bakugo, it's this Minimite personality of his form. Oh, a pedestrian needs my help. I will go and help him. And he goes there and he's like doing like, United Smash! And he just like punches him. Nothing happens because, come on, he doesn't have All for One. Oh, it seems you have drained my power, villain. But don't worry, I am here. Have no fear, small violent child. I will rescue you. By the way, a small violent child is Deku. Yeah, it's Bakugo. Basically, Minimite thinks he's All Might and he's heroic. He is not All Might, but he acts like kinda like All Might. Like All Might's, yeah, it's heroic side of Deku. Yeah, it's kind of trippy, I know. And he tries to save, and All Might sees this like, oh, it's a scary kid. If he can do it, I can do it. All Might goes up there and he uses like Texas Smash, and he creates like a mini tornado, and he does that. And after seeing that, Minimite is like, ha ha ha, I have rescued you. And the police people are like, hey kid, are you okay? Did you hit your head or something? Why are you doing this? Why are you laughing weirdly? And Deku is like giving them a thumbs up. Good job protecting the civilians. Ha ha ha. Yeah, the Minimite is like that. I know, it's kind of weird, trippy. And Bakugo is like, and they're praising like Bakugo, like, oh kid, you've held it on pretty strong. Are you okay? Everything. And the authorities, the police are like, kid, if you're a civilian, why did you come into police business? Let the heroes do their job. And Deku, Minimite again saying, but I am a hero. Anybody can become a hero. All they need is the heart of hero. Ha ha ha. And the courage to perform when nobody else wants to perform. Ha 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 ha. Police people, you are so funny. And he just literally like smacks their back, and they're like, what the fuck? What the hell is wrong with this kid? And All Might listens to his like saying like, all everyone needs is a heart of hero and the courage to do what needs to be done. And All Might is like, okay, master, I found my successor. All Might is telling that in his mind. And that after that incident, Deku goes to his home. All Might comes and he offers Deku one for all. But before going, like after going to he goes to, and he's thinking like offering Deku one for all. But before offering him one for all, like All Might definitely do some research, and he sees like Deku has some mental issues and mental problem. And Deku, like All Might is like reluctant before giving him that, but he knows that deep down Deku is a nice guy, nice kid, and he wants to be a hero. So he offers Deku all for one. And Deku, like the main Deku personality is like, but All for one, I'm afraid all the time. But I will do it. Even if I'm afraid, I will overcome this fear, and I will do what needs to be done. And he starts crying, and All Might is like, well, kid, you meet me at Dagover Beach in tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. We're gonna trade. And this is part 1 of What If Deku Was Moon Knight. In the part 2, we're gonna have the training session, and we're also gonna have the exam and everything. And that's it. Like other personalities of Deku, we pretty much shown out 4. I don't know if he's gonna develop any other personalities, but he might in future. You never know. So there's Deku, the prime personality, the main one. There's Kanshu, the god. I'm gonna refer them Deku, the god, and there's all Minimite, who thinks he's All Might or all heroic, the heroic side of Deku. Yeah, and there is also the sadistic side of Deku. It's the Kazuma. Yeah, the Kazuma. Yep. The god, the might, the Minimite, and the sadistic one. Yep. This is your host and host, Kranti. Before going off, I'm saying this. Please check out my other contents. There are playlist upon playlist on different ovatives. I also make music. Please check them out if you fancy them. And please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Your host and host, Kranti, once again saying ta-ta, bye-bye, signing off. And remember this, sharing is caring. Subscribing means you just love me. So love me more and care for me more. Bye-bye.